Hey you guys, it's Karen. I just wanted to pop on here really quickly to make you a quick video. You all know that I don't do videos very often, so this is just be patient with me. I wanted to share something with you that has been working for my 10-year-old. She's my 10-year-old daughter is my daughter with special needs. She has Down syndrome, and you know that we're a homeschooling family, so we try to use different things to meet our children where they are. And this one thing, it's not anything new. It's been done 10 million times. You've seen it before, but I just wanted to remind you about it because I'm finding that it's working and it's effective for us. So maybe you don't have to use it for a child with special needs, and it doesn't even have to be for a younger child. It can be for an older child, for many different things, but we'll talk about that later. And this is really simple. This is our game board. You've seen these before. It's really a sheet of paper. I've laminated mine, and it's squares on the page, and the squares form a path. And I loop my path around so it could be a longer game. You can use a larger sheet of paper, or you can make your squares whatever size. I made my squares big enough to where two game pieces could fit on a square if you happen to land together. But this one says, can you get to urban air? Because my 10-year-old loves going to urban air. And so at the end, the first person who gets to urban air, we just kind of make it fun. We jump up and down like we're jumping on the trampoline, or we let out a little holler like we're having an exhilarating time. And I have this other one for McDonald's because my 10-year-old loves the fries at McDonald's. So this is the path. Sometimes I use them together. We have to go to urban air, and then we continue on to get to McDonald's. And so we have a die, and this is really just a little, I think I got it from our Monopoly game, and a cup. Whenever we're using one die, I like using a cup. It's easier to shake, you can hear it and all of that jazz. And these are our game pieces. These are just laminated pictures. This is me. I have a well, not really a binder clip. It's a sewing clip that I use, but I guess you can use a binder clip. I like the clips that stand up on the board. It makes it fun. Of course, you know, this is my 6-year-old. My 6-year-old likes to play this game too. You can use different colored beans or whatever for your game pieces. I thought the pictures were cool. That way, a lot of times when we're using the colored pieces, we might forget, wait, who's red or who's yellow? So we have those pieces. And I'm gonna turn this around in a minute so you can see the game cards. But pretty much what we do, I have a stack of cards here. When it's your turn, you pull a card and read it, and you answer the question or you do the activity that's on the card. And if you do it correctly, then you get to roll the die and go the designated amount of spaces. And before I get to the cards, just know that these are simple boards. You can be as elaborate and creative. There could be stopping points along the way. Maybe there are a few M&Ms on one, or maybe one is a sticky point where you lose a turn. Or also, we have urban air and McDonald's, but your teenager may have a really cool place that she wants to put there if she's playing the game, and you can use this for teenagers. And I'll tell you some examples or some suggestions that you might want to use it for. It can even be a tangible prize. Maybe there's a candy bar here, or maybe the first person to get here can go into the pantry and get a treat. So make it how you want, cater it to your child. For teenagers, you know that I have a sophomore in high school, and we study a lot of art, and we read a lot of classic novels. Well, we don't, she does. So that one way, if we're trying to retain information on, like if we're studying Rembrandt or Picasso or Degas, and we have the paintings that we've learned, I can make cards for that. And as we're trying to commit the titles of the artwork to memory, or the title of, or the name of the artist, then we can do something like this. It doesn't have to be this exact game board. We can do something on the floor, some type of game board on the floor. But the main thing is that we're finding a creative way to commit these facts or to retain the information. So I'll turn this around now. Okay, so I have it turned around, and these are the cards that I'm currently using. We have to get another stack of cards. We've been using this since this summer, so she knows all of these. But this is just an example. Pretend to be tired. She knows how to pretend to be tired, but again, she has trouble with language, and sometimes she didn't really know what pretend meant when we first started playing. How do you feel? It's just a way, especially if you have a child who may have trouble communicating or verbalizing. This repeating and playing these games can really help. What's the name of this painting? She knows the Mona Lisa, but committing it to memory was something that we wanted her to do. So playing this game has helped. So all kinds of pictures. It could be, all kinds of cards and questions. It could be math, counting to 100 by 5, identifying coins. And again, my 10-year-old, she has Down syndrome, so she's a slower learner. Some of it is fun. Do 10 jumping jacks, pretend to be a monkey. These cards or this type of game could be for anything. It could be for a family game night where there are all kinds of cards, whether you stand up and say a poem for one of the cards, or whether you do a silly dance. So you can cater it to anything that you need your child to learn. This is, again, are you a boy or a girl? She knows very much that she's a girl, but sometimes just answering questions is difficult for her. So if you have a child with special needs, especially, maybe try something like this. I'm going to turn around. Okay, there we go. So maybe trying something like this, it kind of breaks up the monotony of the day. And my younger two especially look forward to when I pull this out, when we get away from our seat work and our notebooks and things, and we just can play a little game. And our games definitely get more fun and creative, but this is really simple. Sometimes I don't have a lot of time for fun, or highly creative. It just needs to be something simple. And I can use this over and over, or this format over and over again. Change up the destination, excuse me, change up the path, change up the cards, of course, and I keep everything in this little gallon-sized Ziploc bag. In fact, these board games are too big because they're laminated. They're too big to fit, but, well, they fit, but I can't zip the bag, and that's okay. I can still carry the bag with me. We can take it when we're leaving and we have to wait for Big Sisters at musical theater, and we need something to do to pass the time. We can bring it and get to work. So I hope you maybe just encouraged to try something different, no matter how simple it is. I find it to be very effective. So thank you so much for watching the video.